this is gonna sound like a crazy comp, but stay with me. Please stay with me as I make
Mhm.
this comp. Because if you guys leave me when I make this comp, this is gonna sound insane. 12 Years a Slave, right?
Oh
Everybody thinks
my
it's so...
God.
No, no, no. You gotta stay with me on the comp. Stay with me on the comp. Hello and welcome to the CineLads Letterboxd 250 podcast with your boys, the CineLads. I'm your host, Big Sheez, and I'm joined by...
I wanted Simon to take the reins for once. I always go first.
Good afternoon, it's Simon.
And it's Kyle.
You know what? I was thinking of a very specific name. It's been a while since we've done the specific AKAs. AKA She's the Shell with shoes on, or Marcel the She's with shoes on. Do we like that? Do we like either of those?
No.
But what do we like? We did like this film. Guys, as always, we're gonna get into it. We're gonna do some spoiler warnings and stuff for a film that came out 3 years ago. Before we can discuss the film, obviously we gotta make sure you guys know what the film is about. So I spun the wheel, 20 seconds on the clock. He hasn't done this in a while. Simon, what
Okay.
happens in Marcel the Shell, the shoes on? Marcel the Shell with shoes on.
In the form of a mockumentary, the life and times of Marcel, a one-inch mollusk with a big googly eye, shoes, and unbridled personality. I wrote it down this week just in case.
You know
I
what?
knew you was reading something.
Yeah, I was gonna say I can see you know what? That's good. And you did it way better than the one they've got on Letterboxd. This is the longest synopsis I've ever read in my life, by the way, right? I had to write it over 3 pages. Are you ready?
Yeah.
The tagline is Everybody loves Marcel. Marcel is an adorable 1 inch tall shell who
What's the next
ekes
word?
out a colorful existence with his grandmother Connie and their pet Lint Allen. Once part of a sprawling community of shells, they now live alone as the sole survivors of a mysterious tragedy. When a documentarian discovers this amongst the chatter of his Airbnb, his resulting short film brings Marcel millions of passionate fans, as well as unprecedented dangers and a new hope of finding his long lost family. I will say, just off the bat, just reading that out loud as well, Alan does not play any real part in this story whatsoever. He's a cutaway gag. Why the fuck is that in the synopsis?
I disagree, but we'll get to that.
That's a long ass. No one thinks that's a long ass synopsis, by the way. Even when I wrote
That's,
it down, that's
That's the
so
whole
long.
film. That's the a lot of these are just the whole film in text. It's
But
stupid.
yours was good, Simon. Like yours was genuine. Like you know what? We don't often do this, yeah. Letterbox, replace that shit. Take my side. We know you. We know you keep an eye on the pod, right? By the way, thank you to all the fans for
Not
the
a,
love that we've been getting on the podcast,
not
right?
affiliated.
Like and subscribe, do all the things. And if you're a bad B, Kyle single. You know what I mean? Like, no one else tell you, right? Simon's waiting for marriage, and that's important too.
not by choice.
I think in his culture, it's very popular. You know what I mean? You know, but it is what it is. So
He's
Marcel
waiting
the
till
Shell.
Arsenal win a trophy.
He's like the guy who's like cutting his hair. You know what? Manchester United guy, come on the pod because we've shouted you out fucking I think twice now. Right? Come
What?
on the pod. I don't know why we keep going. You know what? Because oh bro, it's just bad. It's just you're a fan. I'm a fucking Lakers fan. It's just been bad, man. Sports is bad, but you know what's
Oh
not
my
bad?
goodness.
You know what's
Austin
not bad?
Reeves, Luca, blow up the whole organization.
Fucking, you know what, man? Let's just end the season, guys. Let's not crown a winner until Luke is better. Let's come back later. All right, let's get into it. What did we like about Marcel, the show with shoes on? I'll start with Kyle.
As far as I'm aware, this is based on the short films that went viral in the film. I feel like they were real short films uploaded to YouTube beforehand, weren't they?
Yeah, so they did four short films before they made it into like a feature film, and I think the shorts did go viral at the time. So like that clip from Conan, that clip from Brian Williams that they used in the film as well. They were real shorts that happened, and they used it as part of the film.
Yeah. I wasn't familiar with those at the time. I remember this being advertised a couple of years ago, and I really wanted to see it, but I didn't get around to it. So I was glad I finally did. I enjoyed the film. It was short. It was sweet. I thought visually it was very nice to look at. Like the mockumentary style, I don't think it's ever looked as visually pleasing as it has here. Normally it has like a scrappiness to it, whereas here it's quite eloquent and like thought out. I loved the dynamics between Marcel and what was the nun's name?
Connie, yeah.
Connie. And you said the documentarian his like role is just a cutaway gag. To an
Oh no
extent
no
it
no no!
is.
Sorry, not the documentarian. The fucking
Uh,
the lint that his pet lint Alan.
oh, oh, then right, yeah, then I don't know what the synopsis is.
That's what I'm fucking saying. You know what I mean? Letterboxd,
That
get ass.
that's such a stretch. I was gonna say, so relationship between them and the documentary, which I believe is the actual director.
Yeah,
I'm blanking on his name, but I know he did the Lilo
Dean Fleischer
Fly
Dan,
Country.
yeah,
Yeah,
probably.
not
he did the
Dan, bro.
Lilo and
Dean.
Stitch.
There's Dean.
Same thing, same thing.
I love their dynamic. I thought some of the funniest moments involved him, like where
Yeah.
he's like climbing up a tree, and they're like, "Do you have get down from my tree? That's that's not on your side of the garden." And then there's another one where like Marcel's explaining how he sees the passage of time, uh, in a really eloquent and like beautiful manner, and then he's just like, "It was 2 years." Um, just little jokes like that. Um, I don't feel like once again, I feel like I'm going to be the negative one in the group. I don't feel like I loved it as much as you two did. I feel like I would have enjoyed this more if people just said, "Oh, it's a good film," but the fact it's in the Letterboxd 250 list, my expectations were a bit higher, and I just thought it was just a nice, sweet time. It's not something I'd ever watch again, or I feel like should even be in the conversation for top
I
250 films of all time.
you know what? I'm gonna save my bit on it because I will need an ISO. We should probably have an ISO graphic. The amount of fucking ISOs we be ready, but I think I will need an ISO. So Simon, you tell me what you think, and then I'll go into my
Mhm.
positives, and then we can go into the negatives or wider conversation.
Piccolo ragazzo Marcello. I think like nothing's changed from the first time I watched it a couple of years ago. Like everything stays the same. There's mostly positives that I have. Spoiler alert. And it's like it has insane replay value. I think it's universal. I think you can watch this with multi types of people, like your parents, family movie night, date night, solo. So, and I think it's because it's just so charming. It's so endearing. Like it's so nice. You don't often get films like this. It's just a massive bundle of joy. And everything's positive, reaffirming like of life, and it helps that it's tonally whimsical, not too serious, but also fundamentally very serious as well. Like we are ultimately just a small thing in a massive universe. And I think the allegory or whatever, like microcosm, whatever it's called, of it being shown through the life and times of a little shell is, I think it's just, however, it's so, again, yeah, endearing. And what cements it as well is the stop motion. It gets to a point throughout where it's like, this shower is actually it feels real. Like the shower does actually feel like it's
Yeah,
a
100%.
like oh damn, like it's so normal. It manages to make like the magic's so good. Like like the animation magic is so good that it just becomes, oh yeah, this show is real. This show does talk. This show does have a live family and shoes on and everything. And of course, it manages to go viral online. It all completely makes sense. And I think it's because the parts merge and coalesce so well. So yeah, the stop motion, the writing, the performances, her performance,
Oh,
like
she's
it
so good
it
in this.
could easily like have become like what's the word I'm looking for? Gratuitous, where it's like too childish. It doesn't feel natural. It could have become that, but it somehow manages to maintain a level of believability throughout the film. And yeah, that's really
That
it to
shout
be
out to
honest.
Justin Bieber then.
What was that album called?
Believer.
Oh no, no.
Well, the album was called Believe. You know what I mean? That was a banging album. Shout out Justin Bieber, friend of the pod, and shout out Jay-Z, friend of the pod as well. Um, I mean, that's beautiful, Sam. I agree with everything both of you said actually about for why we like it so much and about the character. And so I'm gonna give a bit of context here before I go into sort of my bit. So I've seen this film before. I watched it when it came out in the cinemas and I loved it. I went to go watch it with Alana, and the one thing I've always taken away with it. So I cried when I watched it in cinemas. Like I was really like moved. And Alana starts laughing at me. She goes, "Why are you crying at a Noki?" And I looked at her and I said, "Do you think this thing has been a Noki the whole time?" And she goes, "Is that not what he is?" And I go, "The movie is called Marcel the Shell with shoes on." And she goes, "But he looks like a Noki." And I go, "Yeah, that might be true, but he's a shell." I go, "They're all shells." And she goes, "Well, like all." She goes, "I thought they were all pieces of gnocchi." And she goes, "Isn't that why they're Italian?" And I went, "Well, no, I guess no." I said, "No, they're not gnocchi." I had to think about it. I thought they were gnocchi, right? That's neither here nor there. I just needed to mention I loved the film when I watched it the first time, right? Watching it the second time, I think the effects of it worked a little bit less on me. I think having lost a grandparent of my own, having been through certain things in my life. Obviously, your contextual relationship to films always changes depending on what you've been through. We kind of touched on that last week with Eternal Sunshine and how the effects of things are. I really did love this movie. I think it's great. I still really enjoy it, and I still think it's really good. But while I might have given it a five, 4 years ago, whenever I watched it, now I'm probably more likely to give it a. You thought I was gonna tell you straight away? Come on, we gotta wait. They gotta wait. They gotta wait till we call that section up, right? Here's my thing. So Kyle and Simon know this. This is the first time we're introducing this concept to the pod, but trust me, it will come up again. I have this thing where I categorize certain types of films as white people shit, right? So white people shit comes down to things like The Witch. The Witch is white people shit, right? That's not like, I always think of like, if my mother saw this, what would she think? And she'd be like, that's some white people shit. And I'd be like, you're correct. Marcel the Shell with shoes on is white people shit, but it's the kind of white people shit I like. Like, what other white people shit do I like? Bangs the mash,
Curb. Curb.
beans on toast. Curb Your Enthusiasm. Curb Your Enthusiasm is great white people shit, right? Obviously, when Leon comes in, it's a little bit less white, but that I love Seinfeld. Seinfeld's some great white people shit. You know what I mean? Like Friends. Friends is some great New Girl. There's some great white people shit throughout, right? We love certain white people shit. This is some white people shit that
The
I love,
greatest show
right?
of all time.
New Girl, yeah, New Girl's fantastic. But like, shout out to friends of the pod, the entire cast of New Girl. But Jerry Seinfeld, famously not a fan of the pod.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I think we're too old for him anyway, but like, it's a whole thing.
Hello.
Hello. So, you probably love
What's
that
the
note.
deal with the CineLads?
They make the jokes, but do they watch the films? Oh my God.
The show had shoes on.
He's a shell with shoes on. Newman. Marcel.
This is such a tacky bit. Let's move on.
Okay. So, but my thing with this is, right, I feel like it's the kind of kids film that I enjoy. Like I think a lot of times people shit on kids films and they'll, we saw Super Mario Galaxy this week. I think that's why maybe I was thinking of this in relation to that as well. Super Mario Galaxy, which I liked more than you did, Kyle. I don't think it's a great film. I don't think I don't even think it's a film. I just think it's a collection of scenes. It's not really a movie at all. I liked it though because I like literally I like Star Fox. Like I got what I wanted from it. I didn't expect anything. I didn't even like the first Mario film apart from I do think that Peaches song is fucking ridiculous, like amazing. Like, that's genius. And I think Jack Black as Bowser is like fantastic. This I didn't even like more than I liked the first one, but they put Star Fox in it, so I was like, it's literally like it was just what it was. Like it was cool. I didn't hate it, but this is like an actual real film. There's a full like narrative arc to it. There's a story. There's a character. It's dealing with complex themes such as grief and community and what does it mean to be without a community, how to build a community even. You know, there's talk. There's themes of like spectacle over actual engagement. There's lots of like you can break it down as complex as you want, right? Into like you can break it into these huge topics, or you can break it into the macro if you really want to do as well, right? Macro, micro, fuck it, man.
Micro.
Micro. You can break it from the macro to the micro. You can do either which way, right? What I find so interesting about Marcel is, and about the kids' films like this is like it's like a Paddington type thing. You know what I mean? Paddington's way better, by the way. No offense to Marcel, you could not tie Paddington's shoelace, brother. You know what I mean? Don't even try that shit. Right? I would go to jail if Paddington need me to. The guy's dead already. You know what I'm saying? I put two jars of marmalade in that boy's chest. You know what I mean? It is what it is. Listen, Paddington is not Paddington. What fucking Paddington? Marcel is not that. But I did enjoy this film. I know it sounds like I didn't enjoy it, but I wanted to touch on those like themes and bits as well. Going into what we didn't like, Simon, do you very quickly want to touch on what you didn't like before I think Kyle might need an ISO of his own?
First, I want to ask, does Entourage class as white people shit, or is it just human?
That's such a good question, right? Because the thing is, right?
Entourage has a level of sauce that like
Yeah, that doesn't quite put it in the white people shit category.
It transcends everything.
Jessica Alba was the first celebrity cameo. That has to count for something.
Crazy. Melissa Ford's on there as well.
maybe if you
LeBron
remove the
James is on
needle
there.
drops, maybe if you remove
Kanye
the
West.
needle drops.
If I showed you a
Yeah,
picture of a
okay.
guy who does those needle drops, yeah, you would die laughing because it would keep saying white people shit. Shout out that guy though, by the way, broke. What does he call himself? Fucking broken record or whatever the fuck he calls himself. Shout out that guy, man. Absolute G star.
Was it before we
Right.
move on to the negatives? Can I just say, like, you guys have brought up like a subgenre of films that I've realized that I love, where it's
White people
like
shit.
where there's one animated character and the rest of the film, like like Paul with the Simon Pegg film
Oh
and
Oh
yeah,
yeah.
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 Paddington. Because I've realized I feel like when you can concentrate on one CGI character, it always looks great. I
Yeah.
rewatched Paul the other day. That's from 2011. The CGI on him it's so good if you compare it to a lot of the stuff now. Like
Oh,
I've got a soft spot for the Sonic films as well.
I was gonna Ted's a similar way as well.
Yeah.
Ted, yeah. And
Because
that was
those
2012.
films still look great because again, Ted's the only animated character. Even
Yeah,
the show they're doing now is like he still
yeah,
looks. I think it's the fact that everybody treats that person or that thing as like a real thing. Like obviously, Project Hail Mary is different because
yeah.
that's a puppet, so you really could see something there. I know they use CG as well for like the scenes of like him moving in the ball, but
Which
for
is odd
them,
because I actually found more like I loved Project Hail Mary, don't get me wrong, and I loved Rocky, and I bought into that relationship immediately. Even though like, I've now discovered it was a puppet since the film, Ted and Paul felt more tangible than Rocky did. But I don't know if that's because Rocky's such an alien out there design.
I was gonna say because he doesn't even have a face technically, Rocky. You know
Yeah,
what I mean? Like
which maybe is to the film's credit, but we'll move on from Project Hail Mary. I'm sure we'll get to that when one of us has to give a 250 recommendation at some point.
Simon, what did you not like about this film?
But also, just to quickly add on that point, we keep extending this point. Have you realized that all of these films we just mentioned are so bright visually?
Yeah.
Yeah,
There's
that probably
like
helps though. That probably helps.
exactly, yeah. And it doesn't, and the CGI, the stop motion, and so on doesn't stand out. Like the edges are refined. There's
I
no
I
like displacement.
I say character wise, I think it also works in a really good way. Of like nobody acknowledges it. Like nobody thinks it's weird that there's a talking teddy bear or like that Marcel the Shell is talking, which helps you as an audience feel like, oh, if that's normal, that's normal. Do you know what I mean? Like this is gonna sound like a crazy comp, but stay with me. Please stay with me as I make this comp. Because if you guys leave me when I make this comp, this is gonna sound insane. 12 years a slave, right?
Oh
Everybody thinks
my
it's so...
God.
No. You gotta stay with me on the comp. Stay with me on the comp. Stay with me on the comp.
Land the plane. Land the
All
plane.
right. All right. I'm about to sunny this bitch. All right. We're about to land in the Hudson, but we will land. We will land. Listen, in 12 years a slave, when he gets his freedom and he's like walking around, because he's free before he gets put back into slavery in the film, right? Spoilers for 12 years a slave. I did not think we were getting here today, but sorry, Marcel. I don't know. But anyway,
Oh my
in 12
God.
years a slave, when he's walking around, no one believes he has his freedom because they just haven't seen it. So even though like it's set in the past and that's kind of like how you put into that context, right? If this was a film where like set in an alternate history where like there was white slaves or something, right, or whatever, right, you'd believe it because of the context they put the audience in, right? You believe it because of everything that's happening around it. It's the exact same conversation when it comes to like the animated characters. It's the context of the reality that's been put around us. In our real life, we don't have walking teddy bears or like shells going around. We don't have that, right? Obviously,
It's
slavery
not
did
the
happen in our
exact.
times.
It's not the exact same conversation, Sherry.
I'm landing I didn't say it was a smooth landing. We're definitely a little bit choppy as we get into the
Yeah,
water, but
yeah.
we're
Yeah, the
there.
turbulence. I feel the turbulence. Yeah.
Technically, the plane landed in Lost, but you saw what happened.
Well, technically it crashed.
This is
Technically, the
this is
plane
the jet that
crashed.
got lost in Iran.
The jet that got lost in Iran. Damn. Listen, we're getting off the plane now. No injuries. No one's hurt. We're all okay. I
But they're
landed
all
us.
missing now.
The
it's that
joke was too good.
show
I
where
wasn't gonna make it.
it's that show when the plane went back in time and they couldn't find them.
Oh
That
Does
was
my
anyone,
God.
lost.
do you know what I'm on about?
There's no
Can I-
Lost sounds like there's another one from Amazon Prime or something.
Is it a recent one?
Or
Yeah,
HBO, yeah.
let's move away from planes
Oh
and
my God,
slaves
there
and let's
was
talk
this.
about this
There
show.
was, yeah, there was. Amazon Prime or HBO, something like that.
Kyle, I bet
Anyway.
you'd love us to move away from slaves, wouldn't you? Hmm.
What,
Hmm.
you want to go back to them?
Oh fuck! He's too good. He's too good. Fuck. Okay, Simon, what
You
did you
gotta
not
blow
like
up
about
the
this
plane now.
film?
Blow up the plane.
Simon, what did you not like?
Um,
Oh, blow up the plane. What
Whoa,
the fuck? Why do I have to blow
whoa.
up the plane?
No, 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 no. Stop, 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 stop,
Throw
stop,
up the
stop.
sea, throw up the sea.
Spin.
Just to add one last good point. Isn't it crazy that Isabella Rossellini is just like the grandma in this film? Like,
Is she not dead in real life? I'm sorry. I know.
no, she's alive. She's always talking about who her mum is. So yeah, that's still crazy that like the grandma is just Isabella Rossellini.
She's
But
really
anyway,
good.
yeah,
She's really good in this, by the way.
exactly, yeah.
Yeah.
Like the voice acting in this film is another great point. I have nothing bad to say. Over to you guys.
I before I let Kyle go into his ISO about what he didn't like about the film, I just had a couple points I just wanted to really, really quickly bring up. Um, One, so we talked about the animation and stuff, and then we talked about what the plot is about and things like that. Something that I found in my research as I was doing this, obviously Jenny Slate voices Marcel, but Jenny Slate and Dean Fleischer Camper used to be married. So they were
Yeah,
together when they made like the first one and they had the first idea, but then they broke up in like 2014, I think he said. Or they got divorced 2014. They might have broken up before that, who
yeah.
knows? But like they still did a couple more. No, no. So they made the first four while they were together, and then the fourth one they divorced, but they still made it. And they had to do this like feature film after. A couple of months after they split up, she started dating Chris Evans, who at the
Jesus,
time
yeah.
was fucking like he was Chris Evans Captain America. He's not like now where he like wears glasses and shit. Like you know what I mean? He's not that shit. He was fucking. This is back when he was pulling the helicopter together like this, like you know what I
Can I
mean?
ask? Can I ask
No,
when her and Chris Evans broke up, if they did, because they were
she
also in
broke
a
up with
film
Chris
together.
Evans. It was after Gifted. It was after Gifted they broke up. So they broke up, got back together, broke up. I don't know Chris Evans' love life. I'll be honest with you. But what I think is really crazy is, can you imagine? So he's playing himself, and even in the picture on his screen, that's the real Jenny Slate. But she's voicing Marcel. They wrote the film together. She's doing the voice, and there's even the bit where she's talking to him. They'll find love again. She's already married with a child at this point. What the fuck are we talking about? Like that's crazy. That has to be so weird. That has to be so weird. And your ex-wife is a tiny little shell.
Marcel, the cook with shoes on.
Oh, don't say that.
I use my honey to watch from this spot.
Now that you mention it, who knows if they ever did that in real life? They actually made the show in the corner.
He's definitely has
Bro.
Yeah, witness.
a handcrafted shell in the corner
Yeah,
of his
of
room.
course, of course he
Yeah.
does, bro. Because that's how the whole plot came about. Anyway, Kyle, what did you like about the film?
Well, I don't want to move away from that as well, but they work it into the film that he's going through a divorce.
Oh, like constantly, they're bringing up all the time.
And also, it felt like the ending was like him trying to rub it in his face. Like, oh, I have a girl coming around. She's just a
Bro,
friend.
when he wrote because obviously they wrote the script together, right? There's that line where you talk about some of the funniest moments have him in it. One of the moments that I
Yeah.
find really funny is when Marcel asks Dean to like turn a light on or something for him, and he's like, I can't do that because it's a documentary. Like you got to do it yourself. But Marcel's like, but you're here, and he goes, maybe if you actually did stuff for people and made a real connection instead of just filming them all the time, you wouldn't be so alone. And then the next shot is the light is on, and I'm like, do you reckon
She
she
wrote
wrote
that
that
line.
one or did he write that one?
She wrote
Because
that
that's
line.
if I had to write like a script with, I don't have any exes. I've only ever been involved with my wife, who love you, you know, shout out this. But if I had to, if hypothetically, if I had one, God, I'd be killing her in the script, man. I can't even lie. I'd be killing her in the script, bro. You know what I mean? When we do the CineLads Osama film, just let you know there'll be some composite characters.
It's like in Straight Outta Compton when they wrote Eazy-E crying to himself, looking at the
That's one of the funniest fucking scenes in all of film history, right? Because obviously Easy was the only one who was dead. Even MC Ren gets hero moments. I can't name you a single bar MC Ren has ever. And by the way, MC Ren, if you have shooters, please just understand. My name is Jason Tatum from the Boston Celtics. If you are looking for me, because but so they all get hero moments. Dr. Dre fucking punches a guy. There's no way Dr. Dre punched a guy in the face the first such night, bro. And then Easy E is driving in like a shit car as well, by the way. Like he hasn't had any success driving this shit car. He looks up at the world's. I've never seen a billboard bigger than the one that they have in that film for 2001. Like it's way too big. And he's looking up and he's like, we gotta bring the gang back together. Fucking Ice Cube's like just done Friday and he's doing all his shit there. It was just the craziest shit. And then they such night like injected Easy E with AIDS or some shit as well. And like killed. It's so
Yeah.
fucked up, bro.
And the
Oh
same
man.
guy is about to has directed Michael. My goodness, man.
No, that's not the same guy who did that film.
I swear Antoine Farquhar
no,
directed.
no, it's
No.
F. Gary Gray.
F. Gary Gray.
They're all the same. That's all this. Oh, Fast and Furious, F. Gary Gray.
Yeah,
It's all the same.
direct. I heard that as
I can
well.
say
Director of Fate and the
Okay,
Furious. Yes.
moving on
it.
to the negatives. I feel like the fact we've spent most of the podcast talking about Straight Outta Compton and 12 Years a Slave shows. Let's be honest. There's not much. There's not much here. It's a good film. It's entertaining. When you're saying like it's got these themes of community, I feel like that's just like the the surface level. I don't feel like there's, unless I'm wrong here, I don't feel like there's much to read into it. I was entertained. You keep saying you want me to get into my negatives. I don't have any negatives. I genuinely don't have any negatives, but I feel like when you hear something is in the top 250 films list of all time, I just expected a bit more.
Yeah, I to be fair, I completely get that, and you make a very valid point because I was surprised it was on the list, and I was also surprised it wasn't like 250. Like I could understand if maybe it was like a smuggle type thing. I think the
And it was
further
just
one,
and it just released.
yeah, obviously, so this is our 10th episode now. I think what has been funny about some of these films that we've done is there is a bit of like hyperinflation at these bottom ones. You know what I mean? Of like things will pop. I've looked ahead for a couple of the ones we got coming up. Like I think in like 10, maybe 20 films, Mighty Supreme's on there. And I love Mighty Supreme, don't get me wrong. I would have put it there. And you know, no spoilers for our Mighty Supreme episode that we eventually do. I understand when it's the case with like a more modern film and like obviously Letterboxd is becoming more and more prevalent. Big films like the Mighty Supremes of the world, One Battle After Another, Project Hail Mary, these ones that everybody, probably the drama as well, but you know, these ones that everybody's kind of watching and is like rating fairly high. I can see why they get shot up. Same with like some of the obscure ones that we've done too. I am shocked Marcel the Shell is one of them, but I think because it's so heartwarming and people are so touched by it, maybe that's why they boost it up to where they do. But
You
the
don't you
only
don't hear
oh, go on.
anyone talk about it. I don't feel like it made anyone's top of the year list. I feel like sometimes maybe with these bottom films, because there's just a universal love or just even like a like. I feel like probably the most common rating probably a 4, rather than the most common rating being a 5, if that makes sense. Everyone likes it, which is how it
Well, actually,
sneaks in.
I looked at the numbers. The fives are very high on this.
Really.
Like I looked at the little like the bar chart. The fives are like the fives are the highest on this. By the way, maybe that's why it's there because the fives are higher than like any of the other ratings, and it's like by there's like a lot of fives on this. I will say it did make both mine and Simon's best of the 2022 list.
It did, yeah.
Yeah,
I'm assuming it wasn't one.
it wasn't one. It
No, it
wasn't
was
one in
like
2022, but it was our list though, our top 20 of the year.
yeah, from like 100 plus films watched in 1 year to make the top 20 is a big deal.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, and I think it
I don't think it was 20 either for both of us. I think it was like
a
in the
bit higher than that,
teens.
yeah.
I think it was in the teens.
Yeah.
Speaking of the teens,
And
Jerry Seinfeld. I know you've turned this off by now. Yeah,
whoa.
nah, I'm sorry.
Oh,
Curse It's callback. It's a callback. It's a callback. It's a callback.
that's for you, Jerry, and the whole of the nation of Israel too. I think if we go too deep into like when we talk about how the list has films like this where there is like an element of hyperinflation, we kind of do break kayfabe because people do just put 5 stars in any film, and I feel like if we acknowledge that, how many of these films would not be in these like 250? Where we would rank this in our attempts at tackling the top 250. Number one, Quo Vadis Ida. Number two, The King of Comedy. Number three, Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind. Number four, 4 months, 3 weeks, and 2 days. Number five, The Disappearance of Haruki Suzumiya.
It's not Haruki, it's
Number s-
Harui. It's Haruhi.
uh,
I watched every fucking episode. Right.
Number six, Macario. Number seven, Napoleon 1927. Number eight, Kwaidan. Number nine, Moment of Innocence.
You know what's hilarious, by the way?
So,
You know what's
okay.
hilarious? If you're gonna read them out every episode, yeah, I
That's what
can't
I'm saying.
wait. I can't wait till episode 250.
My,
I can't
man,
wait.
my plan is like halfway when we get to like 30 or something, just send you guys a list and you can respectively look at it, and then we just
And then
talk.
what?
There's
Just
no
put it on
way.
the screen. Just put it on the screen for the people
Yeah,
to see. Yeah.
exactly. The people get the screen, they get the whole list. We just look at it respectively on our own screens. I would give this number one. I mean, sorry. Personally, I would give this a still 4 out of 5 stars. And I guess I'll leave where I would put it towards the end then. Yeah. Sharik, where would you go? How many ratings? What rating would you give it? Sorry.
So if you'd asked me after my
Just
first watch
well,
when I saw it in 2021, I would have gone five. Pretty solidly, I would have gone to five. Um, However, on this second watch, having lived a bit more life as well, having seen a bit more things, and I kind of agree with Kyle in the sense that I think it's a beautiful film, and I do think it's a beautiful meditation on grief and building a community and doing stuff. I also do think it does lack a bit more substance, and I think I did more of the work when I watched it the first time, rather than, you know what I mean, relating to how I felt personally and stuff, rather than actually taking the film on its individual merits. I think I'd have to say 4 out of 5. And I don't think there's anything wrong with the 4 out of 5. I think a 4 out of 5 is very respectable. That probably, but then, I like this more than Macario. I think there's different levels of 4s out of 5. You know what I mean? This is a strong, very strong 4 out of 5. While Macario's a lower 4 out of 5. Do you know what I mean? Like a very low 4 out of 5 for different reasons. So yeah, I'm gonna go 4 out of 5.
is
It's
it
funny you.
quickly?
It's fun.
Is it hailing outside your windows right now?
No, it's sunny
No,
as hell.
it's sunny as anything.
It's pouring down with hail right now. Goodness me.
But Simon,
And
you live in Italy,
sorry.
don't you?
Oh, of course, yes, in the south, yeah, just off the coast of the Mediterranean.
Where was it? Because you said you wanted to do, was it tax fraud? Was that the word? Oh, sorry, I'm not supposed to. Did you believe the fraud part?
Yeah, I moved to Luxembourg. Sorry, Clark.
It's funny you mentioned Macario because when I was watching it, I thought of Macario, weirdly enough. Not not
Guy who's only ever seen two films. Gets some strong Macario vibes from this one.
Macario, the shell with shoes on, which might be his name, or was it Marcelo? I think it was
Marcelo.
Marcelo. Yeah.
Oh,
Either way, because I was thinking, I'd give this a 3 because, like I said, I liked the film. I actually didn't have any issues with it. I just didn't think it was as great as everyone else says. Whereas with Macario, I felt like I was a lot more positive about it. But I preferred Marcel the Shell with Shoes on because as a package as a whole, it was more constantly entertaining throughout. Whereas Macario had this great middle act. The first act was a bit slow, then I didn't feel like the ending nailed it home for me. So I would give it a 3. Good time. Um, but where would we rank this in the list? So
so
give us
I'll say against
from
the
Eternal Sunshine after.
yeah. So that's 443. Eternal Sunshine's number three. 4 months, 3 weeks, and 2 days. Number four, and number five is
I don't even think it's
the
as good as that.
Disappearance. What I think it's number five. I think it would push down the Disappearance of Haruhi. Sorry, Suzumiya. I think that's where it'd go. Number five right now.
Uh,
Because
yeah, I'm okay with that.
after the
I'm okay with that.
animation, yeah,
This is
Kyle.
where obviously I disagree. I preferred. I'm not even going to attempt to say it. The anime film.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
I preferred that over Marcel, and I wasn't too keen on. Let's just call
Four
it
months.
the abortion one.
No, we're not doing that. We're calling it
Uh,
4 months,
I just
3
wanted to
weeks, and
say,
2 days.
Kyle, not too keen on abortion.
Kyle hates women's rights.
Oh no.
Andrew Tate fan Kyle hates women's rights.
If you look at his letterbox, he rated 5 stars the Manoverse. He said needs more men.
No, I gave the Manosphere documentary half a star. I was like, why are they mocking my heroes?
Not realistic enough.
Funny enough, I feel like I've been the most negative about this, whereas I would put this below Eternal Sunshine.
Wow, number 4.
Yeah, but obviously I
Bit
would
too
have had
high.
the anime. I would have had the anime
Bit too
higher.
high. I think number 5 is where this goes, in my opinion.
I think it's definitely below Eternal Sunshine, and
Yeah.
I think for me personally, I'd have to put it below the abortion film.
So now it's time for the actual best part of the show, the CineLads 250 list, where each week one of us will nominate a random film, whether it's an all-time favorite, maybe something new we've seen that week. Just a chance for us to spot like a film that we like. However, I've decided to add some rules from now on, just to add a bit of drama. It's sponsored by A24. So now all three of us are going to have 5 vetoes. We're going to have 10 vetoes each. So 5 of them means we can nominate a film and put it wherever we want on the list, no questions asked. So if I just want to throw a film in at number 1, I can do so. But there's 250 episodes, we can only do it 5 times. The other 5 vetoes is if someone else decides to nominate a film and we are like, no, that is being moved, we can move that film wherever we want. So I'm saving it for some of Sharik's stinkers takes. Because he has one film in particular that is being moved to 250 when he nominates it. And just to give you a hint, you can spell the name film backwards the same as you can forwards. So on that topic, Sharik, it's your pick this week. What are you going with?
I didn't think you're gonna put the rules in this week. I was gonna try to sneak it in. Fuck. The way Kyle was describing to me as the vetoes work as well is because if 2 people veto the film together, was there a chance the film could be removed off the list completely?
That's not a bad idea. We'll cross that
If you,
We'll cross
I,
that bridge when we get to it.
I was gonna say if you 2 combine on the veto, does my shit get struck straight off? Oh my god. Oh, that's so risky. Okay. Oh, okay. So fuck it, I gotta be true to me. Coming in at number 1, I'm not using any of my vetoes here. I should tell you, I would be using my vetoes in this scenario, wouldn't I?
If you want it to go at number 1,
No, because you're gonna strike it anyway. Fuck it, I'm not wasting a veto on this. I'm gonna be tactical. However, coming in on the list, my choice this week is 2020's masterpiece, Christopher Nolan's best. I'm going Tenet, baby. Oh!
Fair.
So here's the thing I love about Tenet. Are you gonna veto it straight away? You're gonna let me give my fucking veto?
I'll let you cook first.
Here's the thing about Tenet. I think Tenet's often it's not given the respect it deserves purely because oh, it's fucking hailing now. I'm sorry, I just looked at the window. It's hailing. I don't think Tenet's given the respect it deserves. It came out in the middle of the pandemic. It was the first film that kind of even came out in the pandemic, and people didn't really give it the chance to let it cook. Anyone who's seen it afterwards really enjoys it. The thing with Tenet is it's important just to feel it rather than trying to understand it too much. It's about being able to go backwards and forwards within your own time, not time as a whole. You know what I mean? It's about reversing the entropy of time and of objects. People watch it and they act like you have to be some kind of genius to understand Tenet. You don't. You just don't have to be a fucking base level dumbass. I'm gonna, you know what? Let me ice off for a second. This is something that just really fucking irritates me about film fans. Yeah, I just saw the drama the other day. No spoilers for the drama, but there's like a scene in it which clearly like is a scene where Zendaya is imagining something and it like it's clearly like an imagined scene. So I saw people talking about it on Twitter, being like, "Oh my god!" After he went out and he did that scene, I'm like, are you fucking dense? Like, are you a good doctor? Like, does your brain work like a normal brain? Like, are you missing? Are you like what's wrong with you? Like, people are so fucking stupid. People can't engage with a film at the level of what it's there. So why would I expect people to be able to understand Tenet? I'm gonna say, if you don't understand Tenet, you're a fucking dumbass. Like, it's not the hardest thing in the world to understand, right? It's not. It's not. It's basically a spy thriller that's done on such a high level. The action is fantastic. John David Washington has never been better, apart from maybe Black Klansman, right? Robert Pattinson is fantastic. The whole cast is fantastic. Christopher Nolan crashed a real fucking plane into the Freeport. I was at the fucking Freeport. like 4 months ago, some shit like that. You know what's crazy? I stayed at the exact same hotel that he stayed at, right? And Tallinn, in the nicest way, there's not a lot going on in Tallinn. You get me? It is Tenant Town. It's Tenant Town high key. Like I see how he was walking around. I was like, yo, let's crash a fucking plane over there. Let's brighten these man's lives up a little bit. You know what I mean? It's insane. It's like on a level that he's operating on a level that most people just can't comprehend. I gotta say, Tenet has to be number one. Like I have to say, Tenet has to be number one.
It's ironic you said it's in like a nothing town because that's why Tenet's set there because Tenet's just such a nothing burger of a film.
Tenet's not set in Tallinn. Tenet's set around the world. You idiot.
That's how forgettable it was. Like I understood the rules of Tenet, I just didn't understand the plot. It was just a mess of a film. They spend half an hour after a painting that I just can't remember the reason why, and I couldn't
Okay, do
remember it
you want me to break it
as
down? You know what? This will be big, and we can clip this out as well. To be fair, because people always say this. Why doesn't the painting make any questions you got about Tenet? Ask them now. I bet you I can answer all of them. Right? Here's the thing. I've seen that shit forwards and backwards. Right? I can answer this question as many times as you need. The reason they're looking for the painting is right. His wife, say to his wife, right, who's played by Elizabeth Debicki, she approves like paintings, like checks them if they're real or if they're frauds or not. That picture is a fraud. She got a husband to buy it because it was done by an artist friend of hers. The husband has it knowing that she could put her artist friend into jail, right? That's the only leverage she has over him, that he has over her, sorry.
Yeah.
Kyle, there's a line right from a friend of the pod, Jay-Z, who says, do you even listen to music or do you just skim through it? Because if you're not willing to engage the text with where it is, I don't really know how I can help you. Kyle, do you have any other questions about fucking Tenet? What about you, Simon? Go on, I'll answer them right now. I'm here all day. You know what? I'm here all fucking day. Let's do this shit.
How tall is she?
Oh, fucking. You know what?
six
She's
three.
like six. No, no, she's like gotta be 6 foot. She gotta be 6 foot.
She's 6'3".
She
That
actually
was a
six
joke,
three.
remember? Yeah, that
You
was
don't
a joke
remember
back then, remember?
the Viola Davis?
Oh, from Widows. Yeah, 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 yeah. Great movie, by the way. Great movie. That could
Better
potentially come
than
out of the list.
better than Tenet.
Not better than Tenet.
I'm glad you had fun with this, but I feel like saying
No,
a
no, no,
film's
no,
a
no, no, no,
vi-
no, no.
so,
I had fun with Marcel the Shell. I was radically changed by Tenet.
have a film having the vibe isn't enough for me sometimes.
If you can't catch the vibe, how can I expect you to catch the entropy?
Okay,
Hello.
Simon. Oh, let's go through the list and see where we rank it. You've given your thoughts for now, Sharek. We'll get back to you. So currently, number one is Game Night. Simon, it's not about Game Night for us, is it?
Simon, what do you
Yeah, I
think?
don't think.
Simon, what do you think of Tenet? I just realized you never actually said anything about Tenet. Is it me
Oh,
versus
like
Kyle?
I loved it when it came out. Like it's still like bare minimum 4 stars. Like even the my review back then as well was that my thing about it was would I ever be able to go back in time and re-experience an orgasm? And I like the I think what was it? Was it
Were you
Tenet
wait?
or
Hold
was
on,
it
hold on.
somewhere else?
Were you about to say you're not busting the nuts busting back inside you? Is that what you were about to
No,
say?
I think it was Tenet. Like someone like I tweeted about it, and then me and some random person had a several day conversation about it. And I still have the DMs. I'll check it later. I think
That
it was
was
that
It
film.
was
that was my
it was
that
me.
was my burner account. To call you an
Oh
idiot.
yeah. So yeah, I love Tenet at the time, and I've been meaning to watch it again since then. But it's so fun, so
I feel
fun.
like Christopher Nolan had to get like a bad film out of his stomach so he could make Oppenheimer.
This is way
Um,
better than Oppenheimer. I love Oppenheimer. I think Oppenheimer is fantastic. This is better than Oppenheimer. Sorry.
so, so so number two is Home Alone. Number three is The Other Guys. Number four is Project X. Number five is Creed. Number six is Dogma.
Fine.
Number seven is I Swear. Number eight's The Nice Guys. And number nine is High School Musical 3. I don't know why I bothered reading out the list because I'm going to use my veto and put it last where it deserves to be.
He's gonna use a veto already. Damn.
Yeah. I was saving it for this film. I didn't think you'd jump the gun.
So thank you so much, guys, for rocking with us for another episode. Next week we're going to be doing Tokyo Godfathers. Very excited, looking forward to that. Another animated film. But until then,